So here in my hands I have Alley of the Kings. It's really small, like a small box game from AEG. It's a deck building game. And I will spoil, I really like this game. Let me show you why. This is basically a deck building game. And it plays almost the same as every other deck building game. But it has some unique twists that I want to show you. It consists of, I think, 100 cards, something like that, and it has this little box. So it comes in a really little box that you can take with you, or you can buy a deck box for that. But it takes more space on a table. It takes a lot of space on the table, I want to tell you. So it's a big game in both the space and depth. It's a really big game in a small box. And spoiler, that's why I like it. So over the course of the game you're gonna pick 5 cards from your deck and start doing things. So of course the main point is to get most points. And here we have the starting deck, starting cards. On the right here we have the cost of the cards. On the left here is the gold value that you can buy the cards with. Here we have the action. And down here you can look at what type of card it is, and if it has some victory points, let's say pre-listed victory points. So these are starter cards. The other cards are down here, like yellow, blue, green and red. These are collection cards, and I'll tell you how to score them later in the game. So what you're gonna basically do, you're gonna start the game, shuffle a deck, take 5 cards and take a look at what you can do with those cards. And you have 3 possible actions. You can buy something from the pyramids, and every time you buy something, you have to buy from the base of the pyramids. And whenever you buy something, the pyramid crumbles. And new cards come out only after your turn has ended. So for example, if I want to buy the Aries amulet, I have to pay 4 gold. Then I take this card and put it on my discard pile, on top of my discard pile. And then at the end of, for example, I finished my turn, it will crumble like that. So as you see here, if I take the card from the center, then I can choose what card crumbles down, and so on. I can buy multiply cards through the rounds, and so on. So what I can do, another thing I can do is do the action. And here in this game it's really important how you put your cards in the discard pile. So you can choose how to put your cards in the discard pile at the end of the turn, but the cards you buy are immediately going to on top of the discard pile, so you cannot rearrange the cards you recently bought. But here you have some actions. For example, swap 2 cards in the pyramids. So I can swap 2 cards. For example, I really wanted that blue one, and I know my opponent wants that green one. So I'll just switch them like that. Here is also sacrificing a card in the pyramid. Sacrificing is just throwing a card away. So throw a card away, the pyramid will crumble at the end of my turn. So here is some other, put the top card of your discard pile on top of your deck. So for example, I'll buy this card for 4 gold. For example, this card, green one. Then I'll put it in my discard pile, and then I use earn as an action and put this card on top of my deck. So next turn I'll get to use that card already. So it's really great, so you can manipulate. The first thing you can do is entomb the card, and that's the main thing. Let's say that's the only thing how you can score the points. You have to put the cards in your tomb. That means you are sacrificing your cards in some way, because you're just basically throwing them away from your deck, and you cannot use them for any gold value or action, but you're gonna get points. So once per turn you can entomb one card from your hand. Some cards allow you to entomb extra cards, so this depends on the abilities, different ones. So for example, let's say no, not this one. I don't have that one right here. So these are really so many different abilities, and the gold values will be much better. These are the level 2 cards, so we'll go down from level 2 to level 3. So the downmost cards are level 3 cards over there. They are of course stronger cards, and go through the deck. The game ends when the deck ends, and the deck ends and when the pyramid ends. So no cards are on the table anymore that you can buy or do something. So about the scoring that I wanted to talk about. As I told already, these 4 are collection cards. There's one more. There's like a brown cards, collection cards. So every collection has its own number of different cards of that color. So, and what you want to do, you want to entomb your cards. You put your cards into the tomb and put those collection cards also. And you'll, at the end of the game, you'll get points that you get points that are the number of those different cards in your tomb multiplied by itself. So for example, if I have 4 different canopic jars in my tomb, I'll get 4 multiplied 4, 16 points. So it's really simple. Statues there are 7 different statues. So if you manage to get 7 different statues, you get 49 points. So it's really simple. There are also those unique cards that just give you prerequisite points. It has the 2 points, and that's basically the game. You're just gonna take new cards in your deck, and you want to balance out when you put your cards in your tomb, and maybe you want to use that card as an action, or you want to use that card as a gold. So it has that strategy. Yes, it's like there's the draw luck, like in every deck building game, but this one has so much depth within this game. I played it several times. I bought this game and I just played it once, and I was, wow, I want to play that more, and I played more and more and more. Now I don't play because we have so many games to play and review later, but it's a blast. It's my top 10 game. So you want to try this one out? I think you have to try this one out. It's out there, it's everywhere. It came out this summer, so just get this game. If you like deck building games, you have to try this game. If you normally don't like deck builders, try this deck builder. Maybe it will change your mind. So as you already noticed, the first thing I like about this game is just it's so small, but it has a lot of depth inside this. Also, I like the set collection aspect of the game. I'm not a big fan of the deck building mechanics, but it's alright for me. And if it's done in some unique way, then I like it. For example, the Eminent Domain, or even Arctic Scavengers, it's great. Something like Dominion is a trash for me. The artwork, why I didn't want to buy this in the first place, first I was like, I don't know, what's that, small box and everything. The artwork was the most disgusting here because I didn't like it. But now as I played it a few times, I've seen it like in its original state. It's alright, yeah. I like that they put some flavor texts on the cards, some facts. Sometimes if you wait for a turn you can read those cards and it's quite great, but the turns go really fast, and if you have played a few times you really know what you're doing and you're gonna play it faster, and you don't have time to read those, you have time to think about your strategy. So it has that deck building luck involved there, but as you have already seen, putting cards on your discard pile to get them back and manipulating. The unique thing about this game is entombing your cards, and that's the points you're gonna get at the end of the game, and that's great, because yeah, it has some paranoia about, alright, so I have this powerful card now, I bought it now, and it gives a great action, or it even gives me some gold, and I need the gold to buy more cards because I already have entombed a set of 3 green cards or 3 books. Now I want to get more points, alright, but this action is great, so with this action maybe I can get some extra cards in my deck, but if I have too many cards then they will annoy me and I will not get the right cards in my hand each turn, you know. It's so much thinking about that, but at some points, if you're at the end of the game ends when the deck runs out, the pyramid runs out, so all the cards are gone, then the game ends. You know, it's like, why didn't I put that card inside there? And you know, the great strategy sometimes is to get, as it has 2 copies of each card, so you'll get both copies of the same card. So one card you can entomb and one card you can use it as a action or as a gold. It's great, but mostly there are great cards that your opponent wants to. If you are playing with 4 players, then those extra copies will be gone very soon. The pyramid crumbling and how you can manipulate the pyramid and sacrifice cards. You can throw the cards away so your opponent won't get them, or you can put the cards up on the top of the pyramid, so it needs some time to crumble down, and maybe by that time you will buy it yourself. And you know, you can manipulate a lot in this game, and it doesn't matter if it has that deck building luck. It's really strategic feel. I like it. It's fast enough even with 4 players. Yeah, so it's all the small box. Great. It fits. It almost fits my pockets, you know. I sleeved all the cards because you know, deck building. While shuffling, you need to sleeve the cards. Even with the sleeve cards, it's all inside here, as you see with the rule book. You see you have a bit of room inside there. So you know, it's just great with all player counts. I will give this game a big hug. I hope you will too.